around. And I think there are two big priorities for us in Berkshire County. It's making sure that there are 2 congressional seats in Western Massachusetts, one based around Springfield and one based around the small cities of Pittsfield and Holyoke and all the way out to Fitchburg and Leominster. And I think there's a compelling argument to be made for that. First of all, right now 5 of the members of Congress in Massachusetts live within a 15-mile ride to Boston.
Really?
So Boston and its concerns are being heard.
Yeah.
Western Mass deserves to have its concerns heard. The other priority for redistricting on the state level is trying to do all we can to preserve 4 state rep seats in Berkshire County. Right now we have 4 state rep seats, one based in North County that spreads into Franklin County, one that is half in Berkshire, and then the other half is split between Franklin and Hampshire. That's currently represented by Paul Mark. The 1st district is represented by Galen Caridi. You have a district that's basically Pittsfield that's represented by Chris Speranzo, and a district that's most of South County and parts of western Hamden County represented by Smitty Pignatelli. And there will be some push by some folks, especially in the Pioneer Valley, to try and make that only 3 seats in Berkshire County. We need to do all we can to try and preserve 4.
And what is at stake for Berkshire County if we lose one of those seats?
I think the loss of a voice in the legislature and the loss of a vote is something that our county should not have to deal with at this time. Now, it's going to be difficult because we've lost population.
Right.
There are 2 parts of the state that have. Berkshire County and the Cape have both lost population. And quite frankly, both are the older portions of Massachusetts at this point. And it will make it that much more difficult if there are only 4 of us as a team as opposed to the 5 of us that we have now. I know that we have 4 great state representatives, and it would be my hope that they all continue to serve in 2012. So we need to do all we can to make that case, to try and make the districts work and the numbers work, because I think right now Berkshire County is well served by 4 capable and able state representatives who speak to the various needs of the different areas of this county. The urban center of Pittsfield, the northern region focused on North Adams and Williamstown and Adams, the hill towns represented in the 2nd district by Paul Mark, and the southern Berkshire block represented by Smitty. So,
who does this case need to be made to, Ben? Who decides this ultimately?
To the redistricting committee. So when they come out here in June, they will not just be taking testimony on the congressional seats. That's what will grab the headlines.
Right. Yeah.
But that same committee will draw up the districts for the state senate and for the state house. Now, with my district, the question isn't if it's going to be there. The question is how big is it going to be. My district actually has to add.
You're shooting for 50 cities and towns, aren't you?
Unfortunately, I think there's no way to avoid it. I have to add between 13,000 and 15,000 people to my district. So it becomes difficult, but that's what we have to do.
Yeah. And when will all of this be decided?
More than likely, well, first of all, the redistricting committee has said that they will not draw up a map until they've had all their public hearings.
Okay.
So that won't be until the beginning of July. We expect that after the summer break, probably after August, sometime early September, we'll start to have a debate about what those maps look like and what they should look like, whether or not we support them or not. So my guess would be that's a September-October debate for the most part. But it's important that we get engaged now, and that when the hearings here in Pittsfield, we have a great turnout and people speak up for the need for 2 congressional seats in western Massachusetts and 4 state rep seats in the Berkshires.
And if people want to learn more about this or they want to get involved, what should they do?
Well, they can go to malegislature.gov right now. And if you want an even simpler link, there's a link to that off of mass.gov, and there will be a link to the redistricting committee. You can see their schedule. You can actually create your own map and send it in to them based on your own personal preferences.
Well, let's do that.
You absolutely can, just so long as it has two congressional seats from Western Mass. We'll be happy. But that's, you can do that there. And then again, I would say sign up for my weekly emails.
Great.
Or follow me on Facebook, and I will make sure to put up all the information up there so that folks are aware about that.
We've got about 2 minutes left. Mm-hmm. Are there some other things that you're working on that you can share with us?
A lot of it right now is committee related. I'm now chair of the Telecommunications, Utilities, and Energy Committee. So I'm working with the Mass Broadband Institute as they roll out the funds that we in the legislature authorized for them and that they won from the federal government. It's about $90 million to try and expand access to high-speed internet throughout western and central Massachusetts. That's a big priority with me, and that requires working with them, the utility companies, and the phone companies and cable companies as well. I'm keeping an eye on a proposed merger between NSTAR, a Boston-based utility, and Northeast Utilities, which is the parent company of Western Mass Electric, because that could have a big impact on the economy of my district and of the Berkshires. And then generally around energy issues, trying to see if there's more that we can do to build on the Green Communities Act and other steps that we've taken to try and invest in renewable energy, make renewable energy the affordable form of energy, and promote energy efficiency wherever we can, because I think it's the right thing to do for the environment and the right thing to do to put people to work.
Great. Ben, always a pleasure having you on the show.
Thanks for having me, Bob.
Thanks for joining us. We hope that you've enjoyed this conversation with Senator Ben Downing. Thanks for joining us.